Hello! Hello, everyone. Happy Merry Christmas Evil in July. Krampus has influenced me to lead some sprints and to be evil and delightful at the same time. So what else? Anyway, I am joined by three of my lovely co-hosts, Lauren from Happy Haunts Library, Lexi from Books with Lexi, and Amy from Amy Noel Reads. Welcome, my friends, my buds.
Hello.
All right, Lauren, tell us about your channel. I'm going to make y'all do it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have a YouTube channel and I've had about for like a year now. I think this is like my anniversary month. That's very exciting.
Yeah.
And yeah, I post a lot of things that are just like horror, Halloween related. I was thinking today, I was like, I think I'm all about the vibes. I really like aesthetic things. I like a vibe. I like a theme. So it's kind of informative, but just kind of like just vibes, just wanting to escape and have fun and kind of like, inner child work, just not taking myself so seriously because majority of my life is so serious. So that is my channel, Happy Haunts Library. A little dark, but really playful.
Yeah, I love the themes, I gotta say. I am like your soulmate when it comes to themes. I appreciate a good theme, and that you do too. It's just so lovely. Check out her channel. It's wonderful. Trust me.
Love a good theme.
You are next.
Hi, I read horror and thriller and post mostly vlogs.
Oh, come on now. No. She's got a book club. She's got a freaking awesome TBR game that's unique as hell. Nobody's got a freaking game like her game. She freaking has all these creative readathon ideas. She may or may not know Krampus and influenced him to infiltrate and helped us get evil up in here. So don't be fooled by her modesty because she's got a lot great ideas and a lot of great stuff going on. And now we come to Amy, one of the coolest peeps I know, and look at those ears.
Oh, God. They jingle. You probably can't hear. I'm not just doing this for no reason. My channel is Amy Noel Reads. My name is Amy. I talk about mostly horror on my channel, but I also enjoy smutty, stupid books and literary fiction and stuff like that. I have a book club called Dark Hearts Book Club. I have a Discord as well, and an Instagram, which I'm very terrible at, but I still keep it. And yeah, I post mostly. At the moment, I haven't posted in like a couple weeks, but I have a TBR game. Atero picks my TBR game, and I post mostly like vlogs and that kind of stuff.
Another TBR game that I freaking love. Amy's is like top notch. It's always wonderful because she interprets the cards that she picks and she uses that interpretation to pick out the book she's going to read. So I think that's so cool. Anyway, the game is legit awesome. And also, you are not that bad at Instagram. That is an exaggeration.
I was going to say, if Amy's bad at Instagram, I'm embarrassed about mine.
Me too, about me.
I post so sporadically. I'm in my stories all the time, but as far as like actual posts go, I'm like so bad at it, I feel like. But
I feel
so
the
much
same.
effort, though.
It is. Yeah, I feel the same. And I also want to take a second to welcome everybody in the chat. All right, we got Froggy. I love Froggy. We got Sherry. I also love Sherry. I actually love a lot of people, so whatevs. I would just be saying I love people all day long if I did it for everyone, but it is kind of how it is. Oh, I'm so sorry you had a bad day. Don't be abducted. I don't want you to be abducted.
I'm very sorry you didn't have a good day, but that sentence was very funny.
That's Sherry for you. She's so creative, even with her sad sentences like that. It makes me sad that she's had such a bad day. Hi, Erin. Hi, Jennifer. Rope Crewman 36 Seasons greetings.
Come on.
Hi. Hello. Hi, Melissa. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Christine. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Jason. Vanessa, hi. And we got Melissa here too. Cool gamer. Oh, yes, we got Halko up in here with the creeper eyes. You know I love a good creeping and peeping section. That sounds really wrong. Just ignore me if you're not used to the weirdness.
Get used to it.
Yeah, you get used to it after a while. Stephanie. Kelsi is such a great hype lady. Oh, thank you.
If I don't say much, then Kelsi just does it all for me. So
She knew I would do that. She's like, I don't have to say a lot because Kelsi will.
I feel like saying that I read horror and thriller and do mostly reading vlogs sums it up very nicely. So
It does, but there's so much more. Though.
And reading sprints, and you have a Patreon with like filled with potatoes, lots of starch.
Yeah, starch.
yeah, starch. Do you love starch?
Who doesn't love starch? In fact, this sounds like cannibalistic, but I just ate some potatoes, but not like in a bad way. Because we were just talking about your Patreon members being potatoes, but I did not do anything bad to them and consume them or anything. Anyway, Melissa says hello. I'm almost done with the family game. It's so good and it has a Krampusy part. Oh, cool.
Yeah, there's a whole Krampus scene in there.
Ooh, that's exciting.
That's
I
fun.
like how you just lift Winston. You're like, yo, I'm lifting you over here.
You're
I wanted
something
to cuddle with
orange.
me. Yes.
That was such a great pick for the picture. Take a picture of something orange. Perfect. Oh, yeah. And what is everyone reading? Shout it out in the comments, and then I'll ask the host in a second. I'm reading Old Flame by Molly Prentice. It's lit fic, and in the main character's head, so Lexi may not like it, but Amy might. I also might. It is Old Flame.
I'll look it up.
I don't mind lit fic either, and I don't mind being in a character's head. Sometimes I actually really like that.
I don't mind being in the character's head if there's a plot outside of their thoughts.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I think we talked about you still liking Mayfly. I think you're still gonna like it because there is action and there's cool stuff in her life she's thinking about. Hey.
I can't wait to get to that one.
Oh, it's so good. It's like, I love that freaking book.
I'm just so behind on everything.
Oh, trust me. Everyone's read, what is it called? Dead 11? Right, Lexi? Yeah. And yeah, I want to read it so bad. And I was like, come on, it's so me. It's got like all this 80s nostalgia and or is it 90s nostalgia? Either way, it's 90s nostalgia. That's totally me. And I haven't read it yet. But Dead Silence. I hope you enjoy that. Isn't that like kind of sci-fi-ish?
Sci-fi horror, yeah.
Cool. Dawn, hi. It did not sound cannibalistic until I explained it, and then it sounded weird when I kept it.
I think it's still, you never said that you were in my Patreon, so you are a potato. That's the part that makes it cannibalistic.
True.
But you left that part out.
Yeah, I should have fully explained. I don't know what I'm reading. I was slowly going through Game of Thrones, but I'm not as interested after reading The Shadows of the Gods, aka my favorite book of the year so far. I know. You know, I always feel like when you have a really great book, then you have what happens with shows sometimes where you go into a show hole after a great TV show. I think the same thing happens with a book, and you could have like sounds weirder, but a book hole where you just don't know what to read next.
Yeah.
'Tis the season for denying cannibalism. Fa la 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 la. Yes, I knew you meant cannibalism. I'll be searching for trinkets. Yes, I had to ask Lexi. I was like, what do you think a trinket is? Lexi is Queen Starch. Yes, in the best way.
I think corn is a starch.
Is it? Isn't it like...
I think it's...
Wait.
I feel like somebody told me that.
I thought it was like technically a vegetable.
I think so. I think it might. No, is that a? Yeah, maybe. Foods high in starch include starchy vegetables like peas, corn, lima beans, and potatoes.
Okay, but okay, well then starch life, starch life for life. I'm going to be reading This Delicious Death. Oh, sounds like our Patreons. What, Lexi? Sorry.
This Delicious Death, I think, is the cannibal one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I liked it. It's YA. I've been on like a big YA kick these days. I like it.
Sometimes YA is so easy to read sometimes. It's enjoyable.
And it's at a music festival.
Ooh, I love stuff like that. It's too bad you didn't read it for your oh wait, did you read it for your music vlog?
No, it wasn't out yet.
Oh, that sucks. It would have gone perfectly. Oh man. Oh my god, look at how exciting this is, guys. Started Boys Life and loving it. That's my favorite book, in case anyone doesn't know. That's like my favorite book of all time. That is so exciting, Stephanie. I hope you still love it as you go on in it, because that makes me nervous at the same time. Just like Lexi gets nervous when people read her favorites, I also get nervous.
I feel like not as much as you.
Well, you know, I feel like I have a more, as we were talking about before, about my whole channel, sometimes things I like is they're more niche for the most part. So I always just get worried, especially because Boys Life is not really horror. What, Amy? What were you saying?
I feel the same. I feel like a lot of what I like is more niche or like for a particular audience. So I have a hard time like recommending stuff because I'm like, maybe you'll like it. I don't know.
That's how I feel too. So like we're on the exact same page. Just finished Loot by Jennifer Thorne. Now I'm trying to finish The Nothing Man by Catherine Ryan Howard tonight. Ooh, good luck. Reading a bunch of manga that needs to go back to the library. Orange, Shuzu Oshimi, and A Man and His Cat. I hope I didn't butcher it too badly. I'm in a book hole, which sounds fun, but it actually sucks. Yes. Corn is a corn, Lexi. Corn is a corn. I'm just going to start saying that now.
Thank you.
I always thought of the what now after a good book is more of a book hangover. That's a good term, I think, too. Book hangover. Living the starch life. Yeah, I love the starch life. I'm reading Silver Nitrate by Sylvia Moreno Garcia and really liking it so far. Katrina read that recently and she enjoyed it for the most part. That was a very corny statement. You know, like the drum roll. If I do decide to read, I'll be reading Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption. Ooh, Shawshank Redemption. I love the movie, one of my favorite movies of all time. I have never read is it a full-blown book, Froggy, or is it a short story? I can't remember. It was corny. Bah. I'm hoping to read Boys Life next month. Don't make me scared. She found a really cheap copy and like a page fell out, but I'm still glad you found one for a good price. I will finally finish The Swell tonight. It's so good. I'm just slow. I can relate to slowness and also just slumpiness. That's my problem right now. And I know Amy's feeling the same way. It's not fun. I just found out this year that corn is not a real vegetable. I always tell Paul when he's like, we need a vegetable and he picks corn. I'm like, technically we have probably an overabundance. This is kind of boring. Sorry. Technically, I think we all have an overabundance of corn in our diets because of corn starch and stuff. Not that it's the same, but I think it comes from corn. It's all this big thing. I think I read somewhere that technically we don't need more corn. We have a lot of it in other foods, but maybe I'm wrong. Don't take my word for it, but I think I've read this or heard this somewhere. It's a novella, but a Stephen King novella, so it's probably like a normal author's book. That is a good point, because he's so long-winded. No offense, because I like some of his books. I think I still have all the pages of Boys Life, just need to put them back in the right places. All right, guys, now that we're caught up with the chat, I want to know what you guys are reading. Take it away, anybody who wants to go first. Lauren, how about you?
I'm reading this little Goosebumps right here, but because it's my Shark Week and I'm doing a Shark Week vlog, but I'm worried that it doesn't, I don't know if it was your video, Amy, or somebody who read it. They were like, it doesn't actually include a lot of sharks. Is that true? Because I'd be depressed.
There is a shark scene, but from like the cover, you would think that there would be like a lot more shark action, and it does play like a small part, but it's
like
still
that
fun.
scene.
I liked it.
That scene actually happens on the cover. Like that scene actually occurs, but I agree with Amy. Like you would think there'd be more shark stuff. It's still cute.
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay, cool.
Lauren's
This is what I'm reading. I'm
She's
surprised.
so sad now.
I've been like inhaling, snorting sharks. Like it's been my life. So now I'm like kind of depressed. But okay, thank you for the heads up, so I can adjust expectations.
You finished the Meg?
Yeah, I did that last week. And then
cool.
It also came with a prequel randomly. Like I didn't realize it. I was like 80% of the way through, and it was like wrapping up. And I'm like, wait, what's the 20% left of it? And it's like a novella that happened like way after the fact. Oh. I really liked it. It's like trashy, but I think honestly, Jaws, the book, is like a smidge more trashy than actually Meg is. Just the way that like the wife and
yes,
the mob scene.
Yeah, it's kind of gross about the wife and Hooper. Like, they should not be together. When you watch the movie especially, you get really grossed out thinking about it. Kelsi! And you're just like, it's really weird.
I hope everybody's read it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's a minor spoiler. I say if you haven't read it, I don't know if you'd really enjoy it, because comparing it to the movie, you get a little let down. That's all.
Oh, for sure. The movie is like so wholesome and the characterizations are very different. I like the movie so much better. The movie feels like a good classic, not trashy at all, but the book is a very different story. But yeah, I like the Meg.
I'm reading next month for Garb August, where if anyone doesn't know what that is, it's a readathon where you read like trashy books and stuff. And we say trashy with respect and love. So it's meant to be in a good way, a respectable way. And trashy just means like, maybe the storyline is campy, or maybe the author or publisher was taking advantage of some huge trend. So it's not really meant to be like a bashing of the author or the book. Like it's terrible, it's bad. But I'm going to be reading the Meg because I thought that'd be a fun, and it's also summery, so it works for both things. Even though Shark Week is like happening, I still think it's perfect for summer, regardless of it not being during Shark Week. It's still okay. I'm also going to read Jaws the Revenge, which apparently it's a novelization. Apparently it has a voodoo subplot.
Okay, that's so cool. Random. So it's based off the movie?
I believe so. I don't know if it's exactly like it, but it's the same author as the guy who wrote Jaws 2, the book, which also doesn't have enough sharks. It still has a mob subplot in Jaws 2, the book. But what is really cool is that you get into the psyche of the shark, and that is cool.
Okay, interesting.
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah. Lexi, what are you reading? Are you reading like 6 books, or have you finished one?
I finished one, so now I'm reading 5.
Oh.
But my priorities are The Honeys, which I am 57% into, and I need to read a little bit more of Dracula, and also this one.
Oh, let me see your copy one more time of Dracula. It looks nice and pretty.
I love that. I just purchased one. I purchased the Edward Gorey one. It's coming in the mail because of you, Lexi. So I'm like, it needs to happen. I need to read it soon.
Oh my God, Edward Gorey. Like, a lot of people don't know, like, he's a great illustrator, and he's like one of my favorite, like, his little, like, he does like pencil drawings and like black ink pen drawings. They are so like perfect if you like spooky, like artwork. His stuff is amazing. And like, you can get these books where I think one is like called like the alphabet, or according to Edward Gorey, or it's something about the alphabet where he draws something for each letter of the alphabet, and his artwork is just so incredible. So like, I encourage people, if they don't know about Edward Gorey, to look it up. And yeah, it's great. And I can't believe that there's an Edward Gorey Dracula. I'm gonna Google that as soon as we go on our sprint.
Yeah, it's really cute, but I was contemplating between the one Lexi had too, because that one's just gorgeous. Have you gotten far in that yet?
Oh,
that's
I mean, not far, but I started it yesterday, so I'm on chapter 7, 95 pages in. Yeah, it's kind of, I feel fancy reading a book that has a ribbon in it.
That's how I felt when I read The Stand. I have like a hardcover from Barnes & Noble, and it has the ribbon, and I'm like, and it's a very long book, so like, I needed that ribbon. Yeah. Amy, are you still reading different books?
I'm still rereading this. This is what I'm working on today, but I am still working on Queen of Teeth and the David Sodergren Forgotten Island. I'm still working on that one, and I'm also still working on the Santa Smut one, but I'm focusing on this one.
Well, hopefully that one will get you out of your slump since you love that book so much.
Yeah, I've been having a great time with it. I've just been going slow with it, just reading a little bit every day. I'm still slumping, but at least I'm still enjoying the book. After I'm finished with it, I don't know if I'm going to still be in my slump or not. I feel like I probably am, but I'm trying to at least, if I can at least get these books sorted before August, because I hate having books roll over.
Yeah.
So I want to either be finished reading all of these, or I'm just going to DNF them all and then put them back onto my want to read, or I don't know.
I'm in the same position as you. I don't like rollovers, and I'm currently in the middle of Werewolf from Fever Swamp, I think, the Goosebumps book. That's audio. I don't have that much left. I could finish it. I'm also almost done. I've got 100 pages left of Gone South by Robert McCammon, which I'm loving. There's no reason why I should not have already picked it back up, but I just been slumpy. It's not the book at all. Also, I'm in the middle of... Oh yeah, I went to a book club meeting last night for A House at the Bottom of the Lake, and I didn't get to finish it. So now they spoiled it at the meeting, and now I'm like, do I want to read the rest of it? I only have an hour left on the audiobook, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I could just finish it, but so I'm in the middle of like 5 or 4 things.
Finish it. I liked it.
Oh, Amy likes it too.
Yeah. If you already got spoiled for the ending, though, I mean, I don't know how much you need to read those last 100 pages or whatever, but you know,
it was vague, and we were talking about symbolism, and like I actually might like it better than they did because of the discussion before I finish it. So I actually might like it because some of the ideas they were throwing around, I was like, oh, like that's kind of a cool take on it. And then they wanted to hear your take on it because I told them how much you liked it, Amy. They were like, tell her to tell us why she liked it so much and what she like thought of it and the ending.
I'll have to message
Yeah.
Was it like the romance side of it that you liked, Amy? Like the kind of the metaphor or whatever they were playing with?
I did. I don't know. Just the whole thing worked for me. I really liked the lake stuff. Sorry if this is loud. I really liked the lake stuff. I thought it was super like tense for me. I was very excited about all that stuff. I was very curious about like what was going on with the house and everything. And I actually did really like the romance. I don't really like usually stuff with teens. And I know in this one we have teens, and it does get like slightly, not really explicit, but there is like love scenes and stuff like that in it. Which I know probably everybody isn't going to like, but I thought their relationship was really cute, and I liked how you had like those inner monologues of them being like super self-conscious, and I don't know, they felt like very realistic in their like age or just as people. And by the end, I was very invested in what they were going through.
Yeah, the first date awkwardness, so relatable. Like,
yeah,
giggling over that.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got a few more comments before we go to our sprint. And I didn't mean to cut you off if I did, Lexi. When I was going to Amy to find out what she was reading, I felt like you were saying something.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Because I was like, I thought she was starting to say something and I feel bad. Sherry says... See, I'm doing it again. I'm sorry, Lexi.
No, I just said I don't think so again.
Sherry's asking our advice. Should she muscle through Game of Thrones, read The Crimson Queen from Mel and Cassidy's book club, or say F that shiz and read something horror-y? That's a lot of options.
I feel like you almost need to read something horror because you just like loved a fantasy book. So I think that you need to just like read something completely different so that you're not comparing it.
Yeah, I think I agree with Lexi on that because otherwise you might just find yourself let down by the next fantasy book because it doesn't measure up to the great experience you just had. Whereas if you switch genres, it'll be maybe a little better. The first few pages of my copy of Boy's Life is Loose and about to fall out too. Oh no. Oh yeah, he was making jokes. I think the Meg is a series. Yeah, that's what I heard. Meg, the book surprised me. It was more sciencey than I expected. Oh. Rereading Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, it is surprisingly hard to find books in my TBR that take place in summer, so I decided to revisit a favorite. That's cool. It's always nice to revisit a fave. Garbogus, that reminds me I need to go get my Assassin's Creed novelizations from Libby. I have like the hugest TBR I've ever had for anything for Garbogus. It's insane. Like, I'm intimidated to make my TBR video. And I'm not going to play my TBR game. I was going to, but then I was like, I have so much, whatever. I'm not going to do it. And then like during the month, I'm going to make a wheel. That is how, like, I'm going to make my TBR on a wheel and just spin.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a wheel from hell. Oh, I already have a wheel from hell, but it'll be like, whatever, another wheel from hell. You can't have too many. Hi, Em. How are you? I heard that Dracula kind of sucks, but like blood. Anyway, corn. But seriously, that is a classic I need to get to in the next 12 months. I will eventually get to it, but I am not rushing. However, that Edward Gorey news about a copy with his stuff makes me want to go buy it right now. Seriously, that is... Oh, wait, I already read that. Sorry. I just started The Visitor. So much fun. Is that by... Lexi, is that alien one?
Mm-hmm.
What
Sergio
the heck?
Gomez.
Sergio Gomez. Thank you. I knew it. I read that for Christmas. Hi, everyone. I'll be reading A Christmas Cackle effed up festive shorts by Matt Shaw. I hope Krampus likes this because it's for his prompt. Yay. Krampus would most definitely love it. I kind of know Krampus and we're buds. And he just tells me all the things that he's into and how delightfully evil he is and how he's taking so much pride and joy in all these Krampusy reads.
I love how you don't say evil every time you say evil.
Well, you gotta emphasize it.
I know. I appreciate the commitment.
Thank you. Katie, other Katie, hello, but we love all Katies here. Reading The Burning God. Are you liking that? Oh, R.F. Kwang, is that who wrote that? Oh my gosh, Alex! Check out Alex's channel if you love vintage horror, because she is the queen of vintage horror. Thanks for coming, Alex. Queen of Teeth. Oh my god, I'm so behind for Queen of Teeth. That's the next book I really should start, considering I have a live book club show with Katrina on Saturday night, and I have not started.
Yeah, I finished it yesterday.
Did you like it, or is it a spoiler? Okay, good. Well, that makes me excited.
I don't know what it would be spoiling.
Well,
the only one I talk about my books for vlogs before for everything except for Mary.
I know, but just in case you wanted to keep it a surprise.
It's not in a video. No, it's not in a video.
Well, I have a feeling I'm going to like it. It's just I'm having trouble right now committing to books and starting books and my own book club book, which me and Amy are doing a show together. We haven't discussed when because that's on me and I didn't do it. And also we both haven't started it. So
no.
You said that was in August though, so I've been rushing for that one.
Yeah, I'm not rushing either. And I don't want you to rush, Amy. Yeah.
Yeah, so Sam, I just figured it was going to be somewhere in early August. So I'm I'm not even going to think about it in July. I'm going to just focus on what I already have started.
I think it's just getting started that's the scary part because there is no audio and that makes me sad and want to cry.
I just finished this. It took me 10 days to read a 300-page YA book because there was no audiobook.
Oh man.
And 10 days is long for me. And I gave it 4 stars, so it's not it was the book. It was literally my brain.
Yeah. I was telling Lexi yesterday, I could have swore that Touch the Night or whatever had an audiobook. I swear I looked on script. I swear I had seen it for months and months and just never got around to it. And I swear I looked before I gave it to you and I was like, cool, audio on script. And then now it's nowhere. And I'm like, What happened? I swear I saw it.
I believe you because I know we had a discussion about like books because you were recommending me something else. I think for not for this, but for something else. Anyway, we were talking about audiobooks and you're like, "Oh yeah, I want to read this, but it has no audiobook." So I was like, it's funny that you picked something with no audiobook when you were just saying you were putting off this other book and it has no audiobook. And so I figured that maybe you thought it had an audiobook or you checked and saw and then it's gone.
Yeah, I'm wondering if like, because I know I looked and I saw something. So either something had that cover on like a different audiobook, and because I had never started it, maybe, you know, they just had mixed something up somewhere and then they fixed it. Because there is none that exists. So
Yeah.
I don't know what I was saying. I don't know what I was saying.
I do believe you though. I really do.
Yeah, because I totally wouldn't have picked it if it wouldn't have had an audiobook. When I heard you guys and I double checked and then it wasn't, I was like, where did it go?
Honestly, though, I need the motivation to read books without audio.
Yeah,
so reading it for this, and I'm putting it in a video, so there's double motivation. So also, I loved his other books, so
same. Yeah, I feel the same. I'm like, once I start reading it, it's going to be fine. I'm just like psyching myself out about it. But also, I'm in like a similar situation where I'm trying to get myself away from being so dependent on audiobooks because it's really like inhibiting me wanting to pick up other things that don't have them. So I'm like trying to get myself out of that habit of only listening to books with audio. Because I always have the physical or an e-version usually anyway, but like I need the audio for some, or I tell myself I do when I don't actually, I don't know.
I feel this in my soul. I also always have, like, sometimes Lexi will listen without even a physical copy, like, by her. I hardly ever do that. I usually have a physical copy, either e-copy or a physical copy. And yeah, I'm becoming dependent and I can't get like that because so much of what I want to read is vintage and doesn't have them. So if I get dependent, then I'm not going to be able to read these vintage books. So I totally relate to everything you just said.
Yeah.
And Sherry, I agree, even though I haven't even read this yet, but I have a feeling that this is a truthful statement.
It definitely is.
Yeah, haha, Crampy would approve. The last Poppy War trilogy, and I'm trying to make it last, but it's so good I can't stop reading. Oh, I'm so glad you're liking it, though. I've only read the first, but I loved it so much. Ooh. I still haven't finished Touch the Night, even though it's good. Well, I'm glad to hear that you think it's good, though. I have so many books that are probably amazing, but I just don't want to read physically right now. Oh, relate. Queen of Teeth is only 4 hours long on 2 times speed, so yeah, I'll start that and finish it tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably just start it the day before. Whatevs. Or the day of the show. We will see. Hard to read physically when you feel the pressure to get things read for vlogs. Almost need to force yourself to slow down, I think. I agree. For me, for myself. Cassidy! Hi! How are you? I miss seeing you. I hope you've been well. Anyway, guys, Cassidy came. It's like she jinxed it. So now we're going to a sprint because she does this a lot where she pops in and then we go to a sprint.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens, but is an hour okay?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you going to say about Cassidy's curse?
It happens to her all the time.
I know.
Like, all the time.
That's why I'm like saying it's a legit curse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I was just sick too for like half the month. I hope you feel better. I hate that. I hate that for you.
Yeah. Hope you feel better soon.
Yes, sending healing vibes. I call it, I used to say all the time, like Synergy, like when somebody wasn't feeling good, I used to just tell them Synergy, which has different meanings, but I always took it as like you're sending your good vibes and your good energy to other people, like, because they need it. So I would always tell people when they say, I don't feel good, I'd be like, Synergy, and they'd be like, you're weird. And I'd be like, whatevs. Totally agree. You just
you need to read Cassie's comment because you're not reading it and making it true.
I get it. You just want an excuse not to talk to me. Never. I just said I missed you. And look, Sherry, hello. Sending hopes and dreams. Yes, I said the other day we needed to send hopes and dreams. Who was I sending them to? I can't remember, but
Kaylee.
I was.
It was to Kaylee.
Oh, yes,
because I texted her and I said, Kelsey just told everyone to send you hopes and dreams.
Yes. So now we send people who are not doing very well hopes and dreams and synergy, apparently. Bringing back my old phrase. No, Cassidy, you're wrong. I'm talking to you right now. Hopes and dreams, hopes and dreams. I didn't see the comment. I swear.
I know. I was like, she's just skipping this comment, and it's
No,
so funny.
I didn't mean to. It was an accident. Hopes and dreams. That's coming your way. It's greater. Oh, yes, I think. Oh, no offense to the J-Man or anything. I always somehow offend people who like the J-Man, but just like, regardless if you like the J-Man or not.
Yeah,
no
Kelsey
offense.
was on my channel one time and she said something, and then like people left immediately.
All I said was something complimentary, like, oh yeah, the J-Man. Like I don't know. It wasn't mean like, I hate the J-Man. It wasn't that. Anyway, if you like the J-Man, you're cool in my book. If you don't really care about the J-Man, that's cool with me too. Whatever you think about him, I am on your page. Whatever. Name one person who was offended by the J-Man. I don't know, the people who left her sprint.
There were like 7 people that immediately left whenever Kelsey started talking. It was so funny.
Don't laugh. Then you cough. No. Yes. I will not ignore you, though. So if you keep saying stuff, I'm going to have to keep popping it open, and then it'll just keep, what do you call it? Spiraling out of control. All right, here we go. We've got the kitty. We're going to do an hour. I hope that's okay with everybody. I need to eat meatloaf. Paul made some meatloaf, and I actually like meatloaf. I used to think I didn't like it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Everyone's muted, and I just keep going. Okay, goodbye. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I hope everyone had a successful sprint. How did you guys do? Lauren?
I did really well. All you guys' talk about like being audiobook dependent led me to look online because I'm like, ugh, starting a book, even a goosebumps. I'm like, I struggle. So actually on YouTube, they have the whole audiobook for this story. And it's like acted and stuff. So I'm like, okay. So I actually finished it in the hour sprint.
Yay!
That's cool. I always forget to look on YouTube for those.
Yeah, they actually, so the ones that don't have the like new audiobooks, there's still somebody that did like a robot reading the entire thing, so you can get all of the original 66 read to you.
Okay, that is so freaking cool. So I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah.
And this is the most misleading Goosebumps cover I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about that. So I'll talk about this a little bit more in my vlog, but I won't. I don't know. Maybe it's part of a reveal. I don't know. So successful. I finished it. So.
Yay! Oh, actually, that book is one of the ones I used to own on audio cassette. Like back in the day as a kid, I definitely had that one because I like sharks a lot, and because of the cover is a shark. So I think my dad bought it for me. But yeah, the cover is misleading.
Very misleading. And then in the audiobook on YouTube, it actually said like Goosebumps, turn it to the next cassette unless you have goosebumps or something.
Yes.
So it was cute. Yeah. So that's my update.
Yay. Lexi, how about you?
I talked to Sav the whole time on StreamYard.
Did you apologize for me, or you're just like, whatever?
Yes. No, I told her.
Okay.
I read your message.
Thank you. I was sad. I felt bad.
She's not upset at all.
I know. She's cool like that, but still. Anyway, so no reading at all, just chatting?
No, well, no. I literally, there were 2 seconds left, and I was like, I have to go. So.
Then you came here.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you, Lexi. Have you gotten to the part of the book where Dracula is going on his ship voyage?
No.
Okay. Would you be interested in a movie? Like once you get to that chapter, I'd be interested to know if you'd be interested in a movie that adapts that.
I heard that was a thing.
Yeah, it's coming out.
If I like the scene, then I'd probably watch it. Like I go to theaters and watch things, so
I'm excited for it. But I want to read it before, so that's why I'm like, okay, good.
Yeah, I don't even know what happens during this scene. Like, I have no idea. I know that there's a boat. That's it.
Love it. Good.
Amy, what did you do?
I did read. I have 45 minutes left of episode 13. Yay. I just have like 80 pages left. All the stuff is going down. I'm having a great time. So I might finish next sprint, but I'm like writing all over my book again. So it's been taking me extra time. So maybe 2 more sprints, but I should still finish it tonight. So yay, 1 book down.
Yay. I started reading the Satan book, and it's great. And it's legit fun as hell. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be one thing, but like right now they went to visit Santa. She thought she was writing to Santa on accident, but she didn't. Anyway, it's this whole big thing, and then Satan's all like, "Yo, Santa's not as great as you think." But anyway, I'm not gonna give away any more. There's like, smutty stuff, kind of, but not like super. Like, it's just like a lot of talk right now. And she's like, his breath smelled of gingerbreads. I shouldn't think about this. He's Satan. And it's kind of like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's actually kind of fun, like the concept of it a little bit. So yeah, it's a good time. I'm like 38% in. And also I got followed by a slime company. I told Lexi. Yes.
Everyone's like, what?
I feel like that would be an excellent like sponsorship or like partnership is with a slime company.
I know. I'd be like, look, the slime for Slime and Slashes. Lexi actually owns the slime from the company.
You could do ASMR stuff with it too, if it's like the sound kind.
It is the sound kind. Like some of them have like Lexi explained it because you're like Actually, the
Is it
slime
in your
expert.
hand right now, Lexi?
Yes.
I like how she's like, miss.
It's just a little piece, but yeah, it is.
Do you have the orange one?
I have it over there, yeah.
You should show them. It crackles.
Yeah, she was using that the other night, right?
Yeah, I had it on something.
Yeah.
Well, Kaylee made you stop with the orange one because she said it sounded like
That was just
smacking.
because I was just like squishing it. Like beforehand, you could see it, and then I was just like sitting, squishing it like where you couldn't see it, and it probably sounded weird.
I thought it sounded cool, but I like ASMR. So. Anyway, that's my update. The company that I bought the slime from followed me back, and I was like, Lexi, they followed me. And I was like freaking out over it. And I was like, why am I so excited about this? Anyway, that was the whole big thing that happened for me. Let's get to where we were. I know Katrina came in. Hold up.
You have to star the comments.
They were saying like, ha ha ha, 9 minutes. And I was like, no, a full hour. And then Froggy was very scared or shocked or something. Guess the corpse makes a mean meatloaf. I did eat the meatloaf, yes. It was good. Hi, Rye. I hope you're having a good night. I just finished Jack by Layla Faye at work. Oh, geez, this came close to ruining pumpkin spice for me.
What is it with these smut books ruining nice holiday treats? I don't appreciate it.
I haven't gotten to the cookie part yet, so I don't know yet. Hi, Katrina. Hope you all are well. Hi, Brittany. It's my Friday. I got a chocolate malt on the way home, and now I'm rereading House of Salt and Sorrows. Ooh, sounds like a great, makeshift Friday. Heck yeah. Just joined the blue team for next month. She's saying that to Rye. I told Katrina I was reading Satan, and I said it's awesome. Oh, Crystal's here. Hi, Crystal. Finished Young Scrooge last night, so I'm starting Beach Party by R.L. Stine. I can't remember if that's the one I read. There's 2 beach ones. There's Beach Party. What the hell is the other beach one? There's 2 beach titles of these point horror books, and I can't remember which is which. I have read one of them, but I don't remember. All I remember is there's this crazy part with a shark and a dog, and it was wild.
Kelsi, I have a question. Have you read Red Rain by R.L. Stine?
Isn't that his adult book?
Mm-hmm.
No, but I've heard weird things. And do I really want to ruin R.L. Stine for myself? I don't think so. Have you read it?
Yeah.
What?
I'm scared.
I think it was awful.
Did it talk about boobs and stuff?
It felt like a children's book with sex added in it to make it adult.
No.
And then it had the dumbest. Oh no. I hate that book.
No. Why did you read it for a project?
No, I just read it.
No.
I used to go to bookstores and buy used books, and I would just buy anything that I recognized, really. And I was like, oh, R.L. Stine wrote an adult novel. This was when I was a senior in high school or something. So I got it, and then I read it 2 years ago because I'm like, well, I own it. And it was before I DNF'd books, and I hated my whole time reading that book.
Oh, no. Yeah, I don't want to read it, and I don't own it, so it's too much for me. I want to leave the innocence in the R.L. Stine world. I just want the innocence. Quick question. What watch parties are planned for the remainder? This book shouldn't take me too long. Maybe another day. And all I have left are the main prompts. Watch party is one of them. How many watch parties are left and when are they? I am doing a watch party on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. It's going to be a double feature of 2 holiday-themed episodes of stuff. So first one is the Halloween episode of Pete and Pete, or The Adventures of Pete and Pete, which is an old school Nickelodeon show from the 90s. It is a great Halloween episode. It's probably one of the best Halloween episodes ever of any show, just because of like the fall vibes are so hardcore. There's this great quote at the beginning about like Halloween and why it's so special, like to kids or to young people or to anyone who just loves it. So that's one of them. Then the second show or episode will be the Christmas episode of The Office called Secret Santa, where Phyllis is Santa and Michael gets jealous, and he's the J-Man. He dresses as the J-Man.
I'm coming for that one.
Yay! I love that episode so much because Phyllis is my favorite character because she reminds me of my grandma who passed away like, a couple of years ago. But her vibe, her look is just like my mama, and every time I see her, like, I'm like, mama, like, even though obviously she's not my grandma, but she really reminds me of her. And so I have an extra special place for Phyllis. Like, one of my favorite episodes is where what is it called? Cafe Disco is where Michael sets up like this coffee shop like in this abandoned room, and he like pump up the jam like they're playing music and shit, and Phyllis starts dancing, and then she throws out her back, and then Michael tries to nurse her to health, and he like is treating her like a horse and like puts a carrot by her mouth. And that part makes me laugh. And there's this one part and he's like, "Are you worried Bob is cheating on you?" And she starts laughing about how ridiculous that is, and like says no, and her little laugh is so cute. Anyway, I'm like, I love Phyllis. So I'm doing a Phyllis episode.
Who do you think my favorite character is?
Dwight? No, Michael, because of the sarcasm.
No.
Michael's really not sarcastic. He's more kind of silly and dumb. She started off kind of mean sarcastic, but not truly sarcastic ever, I guess. Let's see. Stanley?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
I've never watched that show, but for some reason, Instagram on Reels, they've been feeding me tons of blooper reels of that show lately over like the last couple days. So I feel like I've seen a lot of episodes, but really it's just like bloopers and deleted scenes.
That is one of my favorite shows of all time. That and like Parks and Rec, they have a very similar style. Like if you're into the Office style, you'll probably like Parks and Rec and vice versa. Also, it's just kind of like they're hilarious, but they have heart. The further you go into the shows, it's like, yeah, I love them. So yeah, that's definitely on Saturday starting at 10 a.m. Central Time. I would love to squeeze another one in Sunday morning before I do my all-day sprint, but we'll see. I cannot promise. I know, I cannot promise. It is easy to play a watch party. Like you could walk out the room if you want to. Like if you've already seen it and you've got to go get food or drink or something, like and just leave it playing. So it's not too bad. We'll see. Maybe Sunday, but definitely Saturday is cemented. It's on the calendar starting at 10 a.m. Central. So
yeah, and I might do an impromptu one before the readathon ends. The best way to find out like when exactly we're doing them is to make sure that you're part of the Discord, and you'll get notified beforehand.
Yeah, like we do little alerts, so you also want to make sure that you go to the important polls channel and vote in these cool bot things that Lexi set up, where like if you want to be notified for watch parties, all you have to do is react to that message with an emoji. And once we send out an alert, you'll get like a little alert on the Discord. And also our calendar's on there, and if you open it on your computer, you could see what we have cemented and planned. Not to say that it might not change, but it's a good way to keep track of things. Someone gave me carrot cake at work, and I thought I liked it. I do not like it. Oh no, I just had carrot cake on vacation, and I liked it a lot.
I love it. It's my favorite cake.
I like the icing a lot. Like it's really good icing.
Cream cheese frosting. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. Made it 60 pages into The Uninvited by John Ferris. It's pretty boring, but okay. Why do you keep reading? Is it John Ferris that you keep reading? No, that's John Saul. I get mixed up with the Johns. I know you didn't like John Saul, and you, I think, unhauled some of his books recently, didn't you? But I am not happy to hear that a John Ferris book is boring, because one of my book club picks, I have 3 potential book club picks for August, but one is John Ferris. It's called all heads turn when the hunt goes by. And it's supposed to be super bloody, kind of like a bloody wedding, kind of like Game of Thrones style, I guess. Made it to chapter 9 of Queen of Teeth. So weird. Ooh, that makes me want to read it. Put the kids to bed and read 2 pages. Hey, it's an accomplishment. You killed it. How was Paul's meatloaf? That sounds wrong. It was good. It was all right. I didn't read. I watched apartment tours on YouTube. Kaylee was talking about making one for New York.
Ooh, that would be fun.
I know, right? And then she would also kind of make it like a library tour, like too, because they're going to set up like a nice library, her and her roommate. How fun is that?
Yeah.
I read 23 pages in The Nothing Man and got 3% into the audiobook version of The Boatman's Daughter. Awesome. Hope you're liking both. Deep Trouble wasn't what I expected. So fun. Oh, good. So you liked it. Didn't read much, about 25 pages, and had pizza for dinner. Hell yeah, pizza. I was productive for once. I shared a book rec on my socials, and I'm 63% through my current read. Awesome job. You're killing it. Read 30 pages and listened to some of my audiobook while getting ready for bed. Awesome, Katie. Finished Welcome Back, Alice and a Man and His Cat, and almost done with Orange. Very productive. Awesome. I feel like the old cover for the horror at Camp Jelly Jam is misleading as well. That is true, because it makes it look like it's about like dolls or something. If you guys know what that one looks like. Where is that one?
I don't think I have that one. Do I?
I could show you guys, but I think it's way down in my pile. Yep, damn you. Where is it?
It's not this one. It's something else.
No, it is that one.
Oh.
Yes.
What's misleading? The dude?
Yeah, the dude. I would say that dude has nothing to do with what the actual thing is. And also, he kind of looks like a doll there. So at first, when I used to see that cover, I would think it was like about like
he does
ventriloquist dummies or something. Oh, Froggy bought a new shirt. What's the new shirt, Froggy? Is it one of those old school frog shirts you collect? Finished the family game, The Perfect Evil Christmas book for Christmas Evil. I think Krampus would approve. That is awesome, and I'm sure he would. I'm sure Lexi agrees because she read that book.
Yep.
Cool. I agree, Jonathan. We all know Lexi hates movies, but it is cool that she wants to watch The Office and that she likes The Office.
Yeah, I watch TV way more than I watch movies. But I do watch movies if I go to a theater. I like doing that. I like popcorn.
I do like TV, and I like popcorn as well, though. But I don't really like going to the theater anymore just because people are really annoying in the theater sometimes.
Yeah.
So excited for the Demeter movie. Sherry saying hi to Jonathan. Jonathan is waving back to Sherry. Read 38 pages of This Delicious Death. Ooh, good job, Dawn. Santa just seemed really busy in that Satan book, like doing his job. Well, I don't know. He was kind of like dismissive of her. Like, yo, like, I'm just going to assume you're naughty, bitch. Like, that's kind of mean. Jonathan's asking if Dawn's liking her book. Had a grilled cheese. Didn't take it on a walk like I did on Katrina's last sprints. Well,
oh my God. Carly messaged me and said, my mom got this from the library today after I told her I've read it.
Her mom should read it.
No, she shouldn't.
Why not? It's a good story. It's a thriller. But
okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. Yeah, I guess that'd be
your face, Lexi.
There's
yes, there is stuff in it.
Okay.
Like the kitchen stuff. The cooking stuff.
I'm thinking of a
cleaning
shoe.
stuff.
I'm thinking of a shoe.
Oh, a shoe. Oh, yes.
The shoe, of course.
I feel like you don't know what I'm talking about.
I do. I read this
you
book.
Sounded like you were. I know, but it sounded like you're like, oh,
but
yeah.
I don't remember the parts that you are like afraid for her mom to read. But now that you're mentioning some, yes, they are coming.
I would not ever let my mother read it. I don't know. My mom is not that cool.
My mom's just like, oh, Michael Myers cut his effing head off. So I don't know. I guess I let my mom read it. She's already reading crazy romance books with lots of sex. So whatever.
Yeah, no, my mom is not.
Sadly, my mom is, and it's disturbing because she's my mom. Anyway, I'm reading Kin by Keelan Patrick Burke, which I am loving. Keelan Patrick Burke, I read 3 novellas by him now. The Turtle Boy. Everyone's read Sour Candy and Blanky, so I've read those too. But I'm looking forward to actually reading a longer book by him. I own Kin, and there is an audiobook to Kin. That's one I'd like to get to, but I don't know. The summer is almost gone, and all I have planned for next month is trash, and I don't consider Kin to be campy or trashy, so I'm not going to read that for August, but I hope you're liking it. I really want to read that one bad. Don't show it, Lexi. You got to make them pay for that ad. Sorry. She already showed it. I love Kin, Alex. I can't wait to hear what you think of it when you're done. I really want to read it. I won't look at candy canes the same this year after that scene you described for us, Amy. Neither will I.
Yeah, neither.
I like how you have candy canes in the background like this.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
It.
But it's a spider web.
Disgusting.
Oh, it is what it is. And there's blood up here. Anyway, Beach Party and Beach House. Yes, and I can't remember which one I read. But yes. Beach House is the other Stein book. Oh, okay. So I read Beach Party. You're right. I own them both is the thing. My daughter just got the kitten milk and soft food slurry ready for Mouse and Roo. Squirrel is being a scavenger and searching for the meat smell. It kind of makes me sick to my stomach. Oh no. Froggy is laughing about how I say mama. Paul always kind of parrots me saying that because it makes my accent kind of heavy sometimes. I love The Office too. It's definitely a comfort show for me as well. Tried reading Red Rain years ago before I got back into reading and couldn't finish it. Just no.
The audiobook is awful as well.
Oh, you used audio for it too?
Yeah, I had the copy, so I listened to the audiobook and read along. It was a very bad experience.
Oh gosh. Katie guessed you Creed at first.
Mm.
Creed is pretty funny. He's one of the low-key funny characters. Dwight wearing the CPR dummy face as a mask was my favorite episode. That episode is amazing too. I could list a top 5 favorite, but it's really hard because I really love the whole show. They've got some great Halloween episodes too. Ugh. Stanley, yeah, so Froggy got it. Stanley is great, yes. I really thought I had it. Stanley is hilarious. The chili. Oh, that's Kevin, though, with the chili. Yeah. Dropping the chili. But Stanley is, what's his big catchphrase, Lexi? Where he's
catchphrase?
Because he has, this thing he says to Michael. He's I know, I can't even remember what he says, but he does love Pretzel Day. That's not a catchphrase.
Yeah, I also love Pretzel Day, but I don't have a Pretzel Day.
I do not have a Pretzel Day either. I wish I did. I still have to watch my holiday episode. Well, if you tune in on Saturday, you get the holiday episode and a watch party, so it's a 2-for-1. I dressed as Dwight for an office trivia contest at a local Mellow Mushroom several years ago. I'll try to remember to post a pic on my IG tomorrow. Oh my god, that's amazing. My friend Teresa, who moved to Boston, but she and I did Halloween together all the time. We had a 90s party, we had a TV and movie party, and I was JD from Scrubs, and she was Dwight from The Office, so that was pretty great. I wore a curly black wig for JD, which his hair's not even curly. Whatever. It did not work. I know John Ferris wrote The Fury, which is in Paperbacks from Hell. Yes. And so is All Heads Turn as well in Paperbacks from Hell. The Uninvited is just a boring story. This lady thinks this dude she ran over looks exactly like her dead husband. Oh. Lexi has seen stuff. She's seen Troll 2 and Reanimator. Yeah, that is true. Troll 2 I am always impressed by.
Thank you.
It's true. I'm how could you have seen that? But it's amazing that you have seen it. The shirt is not an elderly frog, but it's Scooby-Doo on a shark from early 2000s. That sounds amazing. You need to post a picture of this shirt for us. I'm liking the book so far, Dawn says. Great. I'm so glad. It should be a fun time seeing my mom read The Last Housewife. I'd be worried if my mom read The Last Housewife. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be like tame compared to my mom's books in terms of this, like the sex related stuff, kind of.
It's not, I don't know.
It's a different kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
She asked if it was good, and I didn't know how to answer. It's tense, I would say. Now I want to read The Last Housewife. Heading to bed. Good night, Katie. Have a Pretzel Day sticker on my laptop. I have a ton of office stickers. In fact, I forgot to respond Lexi, but Lexi texted me and was like, I can't believe you've got a Dwight Pumpkinhead earring.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, I didn't get to wear them last year, so no one saw them. And I've been saving them for Halloween time, so. That's okay. I know what you meant, Katrina. I watched the Pretzel Day episode at the ER today. Wait, you were at the ER? I hope you're okay. Want proof that Lexi actually does watch TV? Ask her about Alice in Borderland. I know she watches that.
I will refrain. Oh, I didn't know Winston was up there.
He's been up there for a really long time.
I haven't been looking.
I saw him kind of move around, and I was like, oh, it's really up high. Oh, good. The shirt's in the Christmas Evil Discord. We could all peep and create. Oh, yes. Peep and. Oh, I love it. He's actually on a shark. Fun. That is amazing.
I love it.
That is a score, Froggy. I approve. Guys, what do you want to do? 45 minutes? Or if anyone has to bounce, that's cool too. Just let me know. You guys. Yeah, no problem, Lauren. Thank you for hanging.
We're going to, yeah, it's been fun. I got like a book read. I don't even know how. I've never read a Goosebumps so quickly, but we're going to, speaking of going to the movie theaters and hoping people don't act stupid, we got tickets and they're just like $5 to see Friday the 13th because they do like flashback cinema.
I love that.
So I'm like, fingers crossed nobody's annoying because people have been really annoying recently at the theaters.
They'll scream or laugh or just like kind of
be on their phone.
Yes. Or just talk right in front of you. Like, go home.
Yes, preferably, especially when you pay like the full price ticket.
Thank
you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. And I love like flashback cinema. So I hope you have a great time.
Thank you all. Happy reading.
Right. Thanks. Bye, Lauren. I did not link her, but I will link her in the next sprint. I will link everyone.
Shout out to Crampy. Crampy baby.
Crampy baby for life. Okay. Okay. You guys are okay with 45 or?
Yeah, I'm good with whatever.
Just let me know if you guys have to go because y'all both sprinted yesterday and I don't want you guys to get burnt out. So
was yesterday on your channel, Amy? Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
No, I have no concept of time.
Yeah, it all melds together after a while. Especially during a hectic week or whatever. All right, I'm good. But if you want longer, Amy, for your book, because you're taking notes, it's up. If you want an hour, we could do it an hour.
No, it's fine. Whatever.
Okay. 45 it will be, and then I'll try not to take too long in between, and we'll go to another 45. Then we might wrap it up if that's okay. All right, guys, I will see you in 45. Sorry, I thought I was... Jackson's ear is right by my chair. It's making me nervous. How did everybody do? We should move your head, Jackson. It's just like, it's insane if you could see him. He's like so close to the chair leg. Like I could roll right over his ear. Anyway.
It's stressful.
Yeah, it's scary. What did you do, Lexi?
I got to 67% in the honeys. And I've been working on my reading journal that is taking me 12 years.
Are you still having fun with it? Are you still like practicing with it?
Yeah, I'm still doing the bubble letters and stuff. So like there's dot 11.
Oh, cool. I like it.
So I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with this at the rate that I'm reading. Like,
I know.
So,
Amy,
yeah.
what did you do?
I was reading. I have 20 pages left.
Ooh.
I literally have 3 pages until it gets to like the epilogues, the 3 years, 5 years, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm almost done.
Yay! You're gonna be finished tonight.
Yeah. I have like 10 minutes of the audio, so I'll be done super fast.
Yay! I'm so happy.
Yeah, me too. Finally finished something.
And maybe it'll spark something. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Because I was really enjoying the other stuff, with the exception of the Santa smut, which I might DNF. But the other two I was enjoying, so I'll probably work on those next.
So since you usually like smut, why? Like, what about the Santa smut weren't you liking specifically? Was it like too graphic or too weird, or?
It wasn't the smut parts. It was, I don't know. I feel like I want to like look through reviews and see if I'm the only person. Like maybe I'm just taking this stupid, smutty, ridiculous book too seriously. But there's like, I think I mentioned it last time I talked about it, but there's like these interactions with kids that I don't understand why the author like even thought to do that, like with the candy canes. Like he's having middle schoolers eating them and then like talking about how it's inspiring them to give their boyfriends blowjobs and stuff.
What?
And I'm like,
that's weird.
We're talking about like middle school, junior high kids. Like I don't want to hear about that. And then like having characters have sex like right in the same room, like right next to kids. Like I don't know. It's just
that is weird. That is kind of strange. I mean,
that bothers me. And then there's like these just running theme throughout the book where like all of the guys are like, boys will be boys. Like I can't help that I'm cheating on my girl. She doesn't give great blowjobs or she doesn't do this. So of course I got to go over here because men will be men. And like that keeps being mentioned throughout the book. And
that's not cool. Like what woman wants to read that?
Like literally Santa says that. Santa's like, can't help but cheat on Mrs. Claus because this vixen is tempting me. It's her fault. It's not mine. And I'm like, if this is something that's going to keep happening, like my smut should be fun. And like just these things are really annoying me. So I'm like,
Satan is way better than that. Like I'm at 78% and even I like it. Yeah, is it dirty and weird that I'm reading this kind of, but what else? The actual premise behind it though is kind of nice. Like there's a nice story and there's nothing weird about like kids. So
that's good. Yeah, this is the first time I've come into like that in my smut. I'm like, no.
I mean, Satan did joke about turning like coal into dildo. They were gonna give everybody a present for Christmas, and he joked about giving turning the coal into dildos. But then she's like, no, you've got to turn it into something good and appropriate for kids. And he's like, oh, and then she's like, books. And he's like, okay, books. But the old kids, aka like, I guess the adult kids, like teenagers, get sex ed books. That's about as far as it goes. I will warn you that. And that's not really a spoiler, but more of like a warning. But that's as like weird as it is about kids.
That's
Other
fine.
than that, this is actually kind of fun. I don't know, it's funny. And it's empowering. It's
That's
kind
the
of
kind of stuff that I like.
he's like nice to her. Like, and he's like valuing her. Like, I wouldn't want to read the other way around where he's like, I'm gonna do whatever. I'm Satan. I'm gonna cheat on your ass. Like, I don't want to read about that. Like, no.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Satan is better than this other Santa smut you're reading.
It definitely sounds like it. I'll have to put that one onto my TBR for some other time around the holidays, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, there's apparently one for each holiday. There's like a bunny one, whatever. Anyway, it's just fun. It's not like amazingly well written or anything, but whatevs.
Yeah, as long as it's a fun time.
I'm actually reading physically and gonna get through this book, so maybe it'll like kind of, I don't know, jolt me out of whatever's happening with me right now.
Yeah.
I just needed something like super shocking that I would never usually read, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't even know who I am right now, but whatevs. And that's all I did was read this book, and now I'm definitely going to finish it tonight.
Good.
Yeah, so that's about it. Let's see what peeps in the chats are doing. Oh, and I was thinking maybe one more sprint if that's okay with you guys, and we could do a short one, like 30 or 45 at the most, maybe.
Sounds good.
If that's okay. Let's see, where did I leave off? Oh yes, Jennifer posted, I didn't see this yet because I was reading, but she posted her Office Dwight picture in the chat, in the just chatting section of the Xmas Evil Discord. I will go look. Yes, Jackson does live dangerously because he's still right there. He has not moved, and I'm like trying not to like fidget in my chair. Lindsay left because she finished her book. Oh, that's great news. Froggy walked Hugo. 54% of Queen of Teeth. Sarah, you're doing great. You are way ahead of me. And it's like, I have to talk about this book on Saturday. I am excited to read it though, because people keep saying it's weird, and that kind of excites me. Ooh, a lucky number. Sherry got to chapter 13. About 2.5 hours left. I like it. And get what the message is. Don't love it, but that's kind of how Haley Piper goes with me, I guess. I will admit, I think everyone else but me loved her book, The Possession of, Natalie Glasgow. I actually guessed it's a unique take on possession, that Haley Piper book, but I kind of guessed the angle it went, and I didn't absolutely love it. I'm hoping that I'll like Queen of Teeth a lot more because it's just weird, maybe. I'm hoping that I will absolutely love it. Sorry. When Hugo was a puppy, he used to sleep curled up in the nook of our office chair. He almost got run over by it all the time. No! Now I'm dying. I'm drinking mint liqueur.
Oh, yeah.
It is very delicious. Super late again, but I will read for one last sprint. Yay! Well, we're glad you're here no matter when you tune in. It doesn't matter. Lexi must be talking in the background. I am so sorry.
Uh-oh.
I'm dying. I know we just got back, but maybe we should go on another sprint so we could finish our books, me and you, Amy. I know there's still a way for Alexi to go on her book.
Yeah, I have an hour and 10 minutes left.
Oh, you could still maybe finish it tonight if you stay up late.
I could finish it tonight, but the thing is I don't want to vlog, so I'm going to switch to Mary probably.
Just keep switching so that you never have to vlog.
I finished Mina and I need to vlog. I'm now 2/3 into the Honeys and I need to vlog, but I don't feel like it, so I'm going to go back to Mary.
Just keep going.
Maybe I'll read a chapter of Dracula first.
Oh yeah, because you just have to read one more chapter to get to your goal for today, right?
No, I'm behind today. I need to read 4 more, but I'll just catch up tomorrow. Because I spent a lot of time reading Mina today. Because I was only halfway through, so I finished it today.
Oh, good. So you got a lot done today on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I have read 1/3 of the Honeys today too, so.
I actually forgot I'm in the middle of another book I forgot to mention earlier. It was I like to have a Kindle book going so I could read in bed at night. And so I forgot I had this vintage book, but it's on Kindle now. It's called Night Flyer by Christopher Fay. It's supposed to be a coming of age, and I'm guessing, I think I read the description that the kid, you know how that phenomenon people talk about where they go out of their bodies and like fly, like, and can see things outside of themselves. I think it's something like that, but we haven't even got to that part yet. And I've been reading it for like a week, a little at a time, and I'm just like not super. I don't hate it. I just want it to get to the part that makes it like different from a normal coming of age book. Right now the kid's just getting bullied and he's like really kind of sad and it's kind of depressing. So yeah, I forgot I was in the middle of that book too. So I doubt I'm going to finish that one. That would probably be like a DNF in terms of I'll pick it back up another time.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I hate rollovers so much, but I just don't like starting with something like in the middle, in the beginning of the month.
I used to hate it, and then I stopped doing wrap-ups, and now I don't care.
Well, what makes being in the middle kind of okay sometimes, like I will say I did roll over at the end of last month into the beginning of this one, and it was Beloved and one other book that I was both in the middle of, and I finished Beloved and that other book really fast, and so I had 2 books read right at the beginning of the month. So that kind of did feel good, like with hardly any effort. I was like, more books read.
Yeah, I usually just count, like if I read a majority of it in 1 month, then I count it for that month.
Yeah, I think I was about half and half for June and July, so I counted it for July for Beloved. And we had me and Kat had our book club chat in July, so I was like, I guess I'll just count it for July. But yeah, that's when I don't really mind rolling it over because it feels like you're accomplishing something like more. Even though technically it's the same either way. Sherry is going to bed. Good night, Sherry. Thanks for hanging with us. Uh-oh. Her daughter's being a sassy ass. Ooh. Tell her. Good night and thanks for the sprints and good times. Thanks for hanging with us. I hope everything goes okay with the medicine. Got a shirt that says "Got frogs." Oh my god, that's awesome. I love that. Got frogs.
So where do you find these things?
Like, who would make a shirt that looked like that said that?
Frog lovers.
I know, but like it's more associated with like drinking or like consuming food. Like I don't want to consume frogs.
That is true.
People eat frog legs, right?
Well,
isn't that a thing?
It is a thing
Like
in
where you are?
Louisiana. Yeah,
I was gonna say I thought it was a huge thing there.
it is. And Paul tried one because he does more touristy stuff than me because he's not from here. He's from Florida, and so like one of the times where his parents visited, I'm sure they went to like I can't remember if it's one of my favorite touristy Cajun places, but they tried frog legs or fried frog legs, and he was like, it just tastes like chicken. I'm like, whatever. I don't think I would eat it. I'm sorry, Froggy, if this upsets you. Oh, Rainforest Cafe is who sold this Got Frogs shirt.
Oh.
That's my closet. Oh, cool. So it's like kind of like nature-y shirts. Well, that makes sense. It just seems like a weird slogan to make work for frogs or animals because of the way it was originally used. That's all right. So a very quick sprint, and it'll be our last one if that's really cool. Lexi's over here yawning. I'm tired too, though, honestly. That's why. And we're going to do all-day sprints on Sunday. I'm going to be hosting them. So there'll be plenty of sprints and no pressure for anyone to have to stay the whole time. But if people want to pop in and out, and that includes co-hosts, that's perfectly cool.
I think we have sprints every day.
We do?
The rest of them. Yeah, I'm doing sprints tomorrow. Kaylee's doing Friday. I think Lauren said she was going to do Saturday. And I'll have Sunday. And then I think we're trying to work out sprints
Monday.
for a lot of the day on Monday. Yeah.
And I'll be on sprints a lot on Monday. I might pop in on Saturday. I do have to do Patreon sprints for a little bit on Saturday because I'm supposed to do a number of times, and I'm running out of time to do my second one that I promised.
Yeah, I don't know what time Lauren's going to do sprints, but
I'll have to do mine like after I finish my watch party, but it will be like 3 hours. It won't be super long. It might even be later if it conflicts too much with Lauren's. But anyway, there's sprints for everybody, which is good. And so there'll be plenty to look forward to. And we're going to put up this 30. And I will see you all in 30. And have fun finishing episode 13, Amy. So, how did everybody do?
I read the boat chapter of Dracula that the movie's based on. I didn't realize that was the next chapter I had to read, but it so I read that. And then I read almost 2 chapters of Mary.
Cool. Lots of great progress there. You're killing it. Like a lot of people tonight. Amy.
Yeah, I finished my book.
Yay! Was it still as great as you remember?
I love that book so much. It's so perfectly me. I love it so much. I will say, I was telling Lexi a little bit yesterday, I have more criticisms with the audiobook this time, but overall the book itself, like the storyline and all the characters, there's more that I don't know, I missed or I forgot in the book that I've caught this second reread, and it was just overall it's been fantastic. So yeah.
Yay!
Have you read other Craig DeLuey?
I haven't. I have stuff for the children already, but I've been hesitant to read it because I'm like, this one I love so much. I'm like scared to read more of his stuff. But yeah, I definitely want to read the rest of his books and see what
Winston. I have read The Children of Red Peak, and I really like that one. It's a cult book.
Ooh, I like cult books.
Yeah, so it like I could tell it was the same author, but it felt different enough that like I don't think they'll be like comparing it to episode 13. At least that's the only one I've read. So I don't know about the other ones, obviously, but I liked it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'd like to read more by him too, because I did enjoy episode 13 quite a bit. I'm just curious, Amy, what were the criticisms or whatever of the audiobook?
It was solely like the production of it. First time around, I don't remember really I don't remember, maybe you remember from the discussion. I don't know. I kind of want to go back and watch it. It's 2 hours, but you know, I do want to go back and watch it.
I can't believe we talked that long about it.
I know. And I'm like, even if I put it on 2 times speed, it's still going to be an hour, but I kind of want to go back and watch it. But I don't remember having the same criticisms about, like, the only thing that I don't really love about it is how they put in like the reactions from the characters. And then they didn't even write that section in the book. So I feel like I would have a different experience if I was just reading it physically as opposed to listening to the audio. And the like background sounds, I didn't mind at all. But it was just when they were like crying or laughing hysterically or vomiting or whatever, it felt a little bit out of place or exaggerated or something like that to me the second time around. But even with that criticism, I still love the rest of it so much that I feel like I still want to give it 5 stars. I still have to run it through Cawpile and see if it gets the same rating. I feel like it'll probably get less in Cawpile, but I don't think it'll go lower than a 5-star. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think I remember you having many criticisms of the actual audio, like, production in our chat. You were very positive on it, so maybe you were just paying more attention to it this time. I don't know. I
think that's it, because I already knew like what the story was what was gonna happen in it. I was able to focus on different things, but I will say I feel like I liked some of the Kevin. I think he was my least favorite first go around. I actually liked him a lot more in this one. And even though like he kind of is like the villain of the book, not really a villain, but he's kind of less likable than everybody else, I still I found things about him that I liked more, and I kind of understood his place a little bit more. I don't know.
Because of his backstory. I kind of liked Kevin. Kevin's the police officer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't absolutely hate him. I remember you saying he was your least favorite in our chat, and I didn't dislike him at all because I felt he was coming from a very specific place. Like his history formed his personality essentially.
Yeah.
And also made him more susceptible to certain things. That's all I'll say. Happening and playing out. But yeah, I can totally understand liking him more, especially when you're not like as fixated on wondering what's gonna happen, like how's this gonna play out. You're more paying attention to the details like that, the backstory, the little things.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me want to reread more. I was so tempted to reread Boy's Life this month. I was like, I'm having such a shitty month. Like, it would be so easy to reread Boy's Life, and it would be so enjoyable. But I was like, no, I want to wait a few years, and like, so it'll be like insanely enjoyable. Where I'm like, like I go crazy. But yeah, it's the temptation is there. I understand the like love of rereading.
Yeah.
It's also a little scary though, because what if it does change your opinion and it's like in a negative way?
I know, and I've had that happen with books, and so it's always a gamble.
Well, like Swan Song a little bit. You like preached like that you love that, but you did, but you were in a different place in your life.
Yeah, for sure. It was so long ago. Clearly, and a lot more years of reading things and taste change and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's still a gamble, whether it's like a 15-year-old reread or 2 years. Like, a lot can happen in a short period of time. But there is more books that I want to reread this year that I read this year, just because I'm like, I get super serious about my top 10 list.
I know in your top 10 so far, you were like, I'm going to reread this to see if it stays.
and I hold strong to that. There's other books I want to reread just to see where it goes, because even though I still really loved this reread of episode 13, I don't know that it's going to stay my number one. I feel like it'll probably still stay in my top 5, maybe top 3, but I don't know that it's going to stay in my top 1 or my number 1. So.
Mm-hmm. And Lexi, I'm actually interested because you reread a lot too, especially your very, very favorites. Has there ever been like an instance where your enjoyment was like negatively impacted in terms of you didn't love it as much?
Didn't love it as much. Yeah, actually the Pines trilogy, the Wayward Pines trilogy by Blake Crouch. I think a lot of the reason that I love that is because like I didn't know things, so I felt the suspense, and it just like wasn't quite as suspenseful. But I still really loved it. So it wasn't a negative experience. It was just like slightly less.
Right.
But like other than that, I've read Project Hail Mary 3 times. Love it every single time. I've reread The Last House on Needless Street and Sundial, and I think that both of those, I could talk about Katrina Ward forever, but like her books, like on reread, like I'm obsessed with them the first time, and then the second time, just like seeing how smart she is, like with her books, like incredible. So I think the rereads are even better.
Because you like look for little things that she's dropped throughout the way to hint at things.
The thing is, her hints are so obvious, but it's like not at the same time. So on reread, like I'm not even specifically looking for clues, but like she'll say something, I'm like, oh my god, she just like told us the whole thing, but you just like miss it because of the way that it's worded and stuff, and it's so good. Like, oh my god, though. Like,
it's great when you feel that passionately about an author and like her work or her work.
And I get to see her in like 2 weeks.
Oh,
and
I forgot. It's coming up. Yes. Yeah. I'm so excited for you. I hope you take a picture with her.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm really nice. Other than that, I reread We Need to Do Something. Is that the one?
The Max Booth
one? Yeah. I don't know. The ones with the long titles, sometimes I'm like, wait, am I mixing that up? No, I get
them confused with the one that Katrina always recommended to all of us.
Oh, yeah. This is where we talk things out.
Yeah, I confuse the two all the time, and it's annoying.
Yeah. But like I love my reread of that. I love my reread of Night of the Mannequins. So like generally it goes very well for me.
I only reread once, that's why I'm asking you guys. I'm sorry, twice. one was a long gap in between and one was like a slightly shorter gap. So I reread My Best Friend's Exorcism last year. The first time I read it was like a year and a half before that. And I did it to prepare for the movie coming out for a reason. And it was so enjoyable. Like, did I love it as much the second time? Not technically, no, because I already knew everything, but it was still amazing. It was still a 5-star. And The Shining, I loved it just as much, but that was like a 10 or 15-year gap. Yeah. That was like a really big gap, but I still loved it. And I went through a whole year of reading Stephen King before I reread The Shining, and The Shining was still my favorite. The whole goal was to see, is it going to hold up after I read all these new King books, and it still held up as my favorite.
That's great.
Yeah, so it was an interesting experiment, kind of.
Yeah. I don't think I've reread any other books besides the one I just mentioned. Oh, other than The Hunger Games.
I just feel like you've read a lot more, like in bulk.
Yeah, recently I have. Yeah. But it's generally not a thing that I do. It's really just been in the past year.
I would love to do it more, but like part of my problem is I'm always like, but there's so much more I have to read. And I'm so behind because I'm a new reader is part of it too. I'm like, no, I will never catch up and I will never read everything I've read if I keep rereading the books I love. So it's like a clash inside. It's horrible.
I get it. I feel the same way. I still reread, but there's still that inner battle of like actually prioritizing it and stuff. Episode 13 so soon if it weren't for my slump and if it weren't me justifying them with my end of the year content.
That's your I like the justification though because it gives you the power, the inner power to be like, I'm just gonna do it. I don't care.
I need to. I want to be truthful and I want to make sure that that's right.
Like it's for a really good reason. So I honestly understand. I think it's a great reason. I know some people left. Thank you guys, even though you're gone. But in case you ever look back, found trinkets and posted to Instagram. Like I said, I was kind of worried about the trinkets post when I was looking ahead. Even 3 days ago, I was like, trinkets? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Tomorrow's pets.
I know.
I have to decide.
I'm looking forward to that one.
I have to decide which one because also one later is black and white, and Bowser and Nova fit both of those.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm like, because also whenever it's something soft, what are you eating?
Could be many things.
He likes to eat things that aren't food.
I know. Can you stop, please? Come here. People will talk to you.
Bowser! Bowser!
Come here.
Come on, Bowser.
Come on.
Bowser! We see your shadow. We see you. Bribe him. Good job. Yeah.
Good boy.
Jackson's not by my seat anymore, so he's safe in the other room. I bribed him away. I was like, I can't take this anymore. I'm gonna roll over you.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna post one of my pets for the something soft one too.
I'm gonna spoil what I'm gonna post for that. I'm gonna post Katrina's candy corn little stuffed animal she gave me.
Oh,
it's one of my favorite gifts. I have it on my bookshelf, and I was like, you know what? This is Halloweeny, but I'm just gonna freaking leave it up year round.
Yeah. I mean, like the ghosts and stuff on my shelves are up all year round.
Yeah, I mean, like, I have a few Halloweeny things. Like, my chicken nuggets from McDonald's, they are completely Halloweeny, and I keep them up all year. I mean, heck, my horror stuff looks like Halloween stuff, but it's technically not. But if people came in my room who didn't distinguish between Halloween and horror, they'd be like, this is like Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have pumpkins up. This pumpkin that right here, that I crocheted, that's always up, like the other little ones are, so,
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I've got like a Halloween cup, so I do have a lot of Halloween stuff, but like specifically, I don't know why candy corn for me is so associated. I was like, it just feels so Halloween. Like technically I should take it down, but never. I love it. So that's what's going to be my something soft. My pet, I'm sad because we have one great Halloween picture of Jackson where it's like me and Paul are the two opposing teams from the Mighty Ducks, the movie, the little kid movie, and Jackson's the referee. Like he's in a referee uniform, and it's so cute, and I think I already posted it, and I want to post it again.
Just post it again.
I could. That's the one I really want to post because it's like it's in. Not everyone's doing where it's Halloweeny looking, but I'm trying to make each one kind of like horror / Halloweeny kind of.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make mine like book related so that people don't unfollow me because like my account has never been anything except for books.
Luckily, people who like 90s sometimes just follow me. I'm like, that's fine. If you like 90s, some wrestling people still follow me. I'm like, I don't know why you're here, but I feel bad because I do not talk wrestling anymore. The groovy people are here. That song is so funny. Open your heart and lend me your ears. I don't even remember the lyrics. Everyone remembers it but me.
Oh, I definitely like the song is playing in my head.
Really?
Same. I just heard it.
I'm sorry you joined late. Yeah, we just did our last sprint. I'm sorry. Been rereading more this year and it's been so much fun, but it's hard to have the wow factor after the first time. I do agree. It's a balance, and that's why I think I'm more willing to wait a couple of years. Like for Boys Life, I know the reaction was genuine. I know it was genuinely my favorite book of the year last year and my favorite book of all time because I've never had that strong of a reaction like 40 pages into a book ever. Where I was like, the writing, it's a masterpiece. But at the same time, I just want the wow to come back a little bit, and I think waiting a couple of years will help.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the kind of book too. Like for me, Project Hail Mary is not a book that like there wasn't anything surprising or whatever. It's just like I love the characters, the one specifically, like so much that like the character's going to be the same no matter what. So there's no like surprise factor that is not in it the second time.
It's kind of the same with Boys Life because it is about the characters a lot. It is about the relationships. It is about the beautiful writing and how the writing, he kind of like how you feel about Catriona Award. That's how I feel about Boys Life specifically. He left little clues and little stories that seemed so unrelated, but then they all connected together in like this genius way where I was like, how did he even like plot this out in his head to where he knew they would come together in the way they did? So to me, I definitely know that there's still be things that will be wow. Like the mystery part doesn't matter to me, that I would remember that. But Dawn says, and this is exciting, I'm a rereader. I already can't wait to reread Boys Life. It's a new all-time favorite. That makes me so happy, Dawn. Like you have no idea. I want to cry just reading that. I don't know why I push Boys Life on people, but I also am like, don't read it.
I mean, Amy didn't like Project Hail Mary, so.
I know. And it makes me a little scared to read it because sometimes I agree very heavily with Amy, but then sometimes we don't exactly line up. Randomly today, I did the Goodreads. You know how you can compare books with people? I did it with Amy and I did it with Crystal because I was thinking, like, who do my tastes most align with? But it sucks because my Goodreads isn't updated for like half of this year, even with stars. Like I'm not even talking about reviews. The stars are what makes the compare books accurate, but still without the updates, it said me and Amy are 83%, me and Crystal are, I wrote it down, 88%, and I was gonna do you next, Lexi, but then I had freaking work shit I had to do, so I forgot to keep going. And then I was gonna keep going because I don't know if you update your Goodreads even with ratings.
I only have like 3 months of books on there.
Yeah, that's what
I started it in January and I didn't backlog anything. And I stopped, I think, in March or April. So it won't tell you much information.
Man, that would have been fun though if it like was accurate.
I know.
That's the one feature of Goodreads that I kind of wish was on Storygraph. Because I don't think they have that, do they?
I don't think so. It might be in the works eventually, but I don't know, because they're always adding new stuff. But
yeah,
there.
I promise, guys, we're coming near the end here. It's getting late. I've been disappointed rereading books I liked as a kid, but that's understandable. Yeah, things change so much. So I stopped doing that. Better to leave them in the past. Luckily, I didn't read Goosebumps as a kid. So, like, some people are disappointed when they read, like, middle grade or Goosebumps. I didn't read a lot as a kid. So these Goosebumps are, like, first time for me. And I could appreciate them with an adult lens because it's, like, kind of got this childhood mystique to it. And you could appreciate it for that. So, but I'm not comparing it, so I have that benefit too. I don't really reread. There's too much new to read. I do agree with that too. It's hard sometimes. If I'm in a slump and nothing hitting, I often throw on an audiobook I love. I think it's easier to reread when you listen. That's true. I think Boy's Life would be a great re-listen because the audiobook's amazing for that. I'm back tonight. I have read half of Percy Jackson, Who Goes to Camp, watched the Phineas and Ferb episode where they go camping in Bigfoot Country, and then sat around a campfire and roasted marshmallows. Wait, you really sat around a campfire? That's badass. I'm sensing a theme in my evening. That's awesome. That sounds like a great evening. I did all bookish last year. It's hard sometimes. I have done a couple of days because I couldn't make it bookish. Oh, for the 100 days. Yeah, it's hard sometimes. This is just Kelsi slowly convincing herself to reread Boy's Life. I know. I'm like, it would be so fun. It doesn't matter if you know. Like, yeah. I'm about 8% into Project Hail Mary, and I'm reading in tandem with the physical and audio, so it's going slower. Ooh.
The audiobook is incredible. Like, it adds so much to the story, but I can't tell you why.
I'm Little Miss addicted to updating Goodreads, laughing my ass off. Yeah, I also like to update my Storygraph, but I used to update my Goodreads all the time. Now I'm falling off. Hi, we're about to leave. I'm sorry. So hi and bye, and I'm so sorry. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you guys all for hanging with us. We've got sprints for the rest of the week, as Lexi mentioned. Lexi's channel tomorrow, right, Lexi?
Yep.
Lexi's over at Books with Lexi. I'm an asshole and didn't link everybody, even though I said I would. I ended up finishing that Santa smut book instead. Actually, I'm sorry. It's not Santa smut. It's Satan smut. But there is Santa elements and Christmas elements to it, in case anybody's wondering. And it was fun. It was really dirty, but whatevs. It was fun. It maybe got me out of my slump, so I might give it a 4 or higher, but I feel weird doing that at the same time. So I don't know what to do. But honestly, it was a good time, and I finished it in one night, and I read it physically. So what the hell? Who am I? Anyway, lots of sprints to come. Amy's channel, Lexi's channel, all the channels, Lauren's channel, Kaylee's channel is on Friday specifically. Watch party at 10 a.m. on the Discord, on the Christmas Evil Discord on Saturday morning. And then all day sprints. The partying will commence, but it's not really a party. It's an all-day sprinting party because I need to freaking read bad. So you know how we joke about how I don't sprint. I am going to sprint, and you guys are hearing it here first. I will really sprint for reals. So I'm sorry
you need one of those
party. But...
you need one of the timers that like it has the long timer and then it has the short timer, and then just like stick with it. Well, the cat does. The cat one does.
I know, but I turn that one off or stop it. But I should keep it on and just say, "I'm sorry, the cat seems we go back." And that way, I can blame something instead of me for leaving the comments. I like that idea. Blame the cat.
That's so funny.
So I can leave the comments and go. That's a good idea because I feel so bad.
Yeah.
I feel like
also, I don't have sprints scheduled for tomorrow. Like they're not on YouTube yet, but they will be starting at 6:30 Eastern PM.
Cool. Perfect. So her channel is Books with Lexi. Amy's channel is Amy Noel Reads. Lauren, who was here earlier, is Happy Haun's Library. Kaylee is Kaylee's Books. We're all sprinting. We're all going to have fun. Katrina Brown. We're doing a book club chat. If anyone's reading Queen of Teeth by Haley Piper, we will be talking about that Saturday night starting at 6 Central, 7 Eastern. So plenty of freaking activities, plenty of Christmas evil, as Lexi likes me to say. And I just naturally say. Anyway, this is it for us. I'm an asshole for not linking everyone, but please, it's just their little tags. Just search their names if you're somehow not subscribed, but I'm pretty sure everyone is. Anyway, goodbye. Bye. Thank you guys. Bye.